Should be fun. I do myself. I'm so crazy, I do myself. Oh, that's not what I want. Here. Come back around. Get out of here. Do this. Which one was I thinking about? I was thinking about... I'm bitten about the duality. I need the photon. That's what I'm looking for. We'll get into why those axioms important in a moment, given spin charm. But that's important to why we'll call that change in field angularly to potential momentum. In discerning the force of the car hitting a thing in probability theory. Okay, and we're going to want to know some given axes that really commonly make a distortion or density difference that is... Alright, if I had a black body problem or a learning curve inside of here, those XYZ points to time, base, charm, bottom, whatever indicates that Y function for the trig. That's the optics. Usually it's one of these on this. When X, Y, and Z amounts and proportions are this, it scales uniformly on those values, and no matter if it's coming at you like a hot density danger noodle, that they trajectory, it's got a lot of spin as you just throw it with a air cannon or shoot it. Any kind of initial spin that has density, weight, composition, those things up here, well.
Okay, so Master Mason note, we'll do class 15 or 16, one of those here. I'll check it out. But I wanted to do a note on hypervigilance today. I think this works great for the class. It works great for the note-breaking skills. It's a covered notation.
Well, think about how lensed you would need to be off. I know what's up. I know what's down with charm, and so that would give me any kind of indicated spin if this movement to this movement wound up happening because the mass orientation of that thing has CT paradox from this value.
What it may look like for you. Okay, now I want you to write that down.
However, I might have messed this up a little bit. You would want to clean that up a bit, but...
or looking at something, have a thought, and determine what hypervigilance looks like. Okay? So
giving you some ideas.
Now,
good mathematical one.
To find on this
what am I looking for? Oh yeah, photons. Here we go.
Of anger management.
Change.
Depression.
Change in field. Given this calculus to a metal bullet traveling at the ramp up on this, give me a field.
Problems with people's houses and the way they react to certain things.
Give me a field. Here, barbed wire river traveling in this direction. Change in field to this type of math of, well, here's this thing about this thing or that thing. What about one of these things in terms of the field change and why it's socially or psychologically to assign in those areas have that same change. Hypervigilance. There's zeros and ones on this WIMP particle, weak force and strong fields, optically, gravity, that spectrums and fields, it's going to kind of range, scatter pattern, and what it was by gravity. So you're going to give them base standard models like that. I'm not going to be right about your stuff, kid. Motion and position on that thing are going to be absolutely off the wall. Given what I'll make you help me do, our probability field for you, well, you might need some element stuff. Green rock made copper. It's a good way to make a box. But
it's this idea that
where are we living here?
Multiple things inside of here in the group theory add much faster to some people. It's a relative concept.
So when we get to that relative time set in town about what businesses are in here, do I have Hancock? You're going to get to some Morabitos and country store, log mills, different values that help me deal with, again, that general field, that change in field. You're going to, it is changing in this field, and we're going to start utilizing that because it's both beneficial and useful. makes you
certain
the
criterias
the
where
33 and a
physics
third
says
left
there's a
over of the
group
pie
of
chart, you
people
know, and
that
the
have
devil's got it
higher
all fucked up
functionings
here.
for what
You got to fix him
hypervigilance
out.
or PST
But you give him
means.
gravity,
The
then
reality
it's
behind the matter is it's a
666
lot
in
more.
theirs, and you're just 33 and
And
a third,
obviously,
and
extremities to the case and the
well,
number.
33, depending
It's
on
one of
how
these
high or
things,
they
the
want to
corona
fractalize that
and
pie
the
chart.
area
The
and,
probabilities area is
basically what
radiance.
they're
I
just
see
going to tell you all,
0
and
in here.
you
0,
probably
0,
are sick
0.
of
They
hearing
just
it
skip
at
in
this point
days.
in time. And realistically, I don't blame you, because without any kind of follow-up
Hypervigilant,
numbers with
PSTD.
this, it's a thing that says, well, where's this point? Where's that? Where's the numbers? You know, you're an analyst. You're hypervigilant about that function, and usually when you don't get it,
This is 2020,
to
2022.
a much lighter
I gave it to him
extreme of what the
before.
function is. I am going to provide you with a common example, at least in terms
I filled
of
in a bunch of
what they're
this in
commonly
terms of
used.
what the
We're gonna
reciprocal
use the
is before I
military as the
just like,
standard
okay,
model.
it's about 13
And
to
generally what it
18,
is, you can't
8-pack
walk into a
average,
restaurant
depending on
without
log and stuff
being
like
able
that.
to face the door or have somebody behind you or something like that.
Last time, Miller had
That's the
herpes.
most prevalent model of what post-traumatic stress disorder
And
looks
so
like.
then this went over. I need
And
a
I'm not
master, and we'll pencil this in.
underselling
This
that
needs to
at
be in
all. I
pen.
think when you
Those
go
are
to the Bang
types of
Bang
models that are
Sticks
different, not just
and
monthly.
a lot of those
You'll
aspects inside
see
of there, you gotta
all
remember,
kinds
that's
of
a
lights
lot
and
of
fun
momentum
colors.
behind the training. You know, that's
We can
a
break that
whole
down
medicate
into
world
different
rule.
grids, so I can
But
see multiple
what
days
by
on the
any
same
other
grid.
standard
You can break that
would be
down
calculus
across,
based on the
you know,
physics
why
of
I might
that
want to slow it
operating
down.
car, that 40
Slow it
mile
down
an
for
hour
a guy.
situation,
Or do
as
the
you
mill
begin to
books
go
and the
through that. As a
Maravitos walking
common
a line.
whole, the understanding
You
behind the
know,
psychology
it
of this.
walks
It's just something you can't deal with
these
restaurant,
types of lines,
especially
you know,
for
and
the
then at the end of the week
faculties
we'll
of
make a 5-day
security
week,
of a restaurant.
skip it,
You
you
know,
know,
we
this
rely
is
on
that,
police
it jumps to the
station,
next
we
day
rely
of the
on that
week that
phone
should
call and the timeline
compress
negotiates.
into there,
So
but you
you
could
will
also
have some
do
notes
this
about people
XY,
dropping the Second Amendment
any day
from
player
right
model
here,
you want to
and
do it.
realistically, that's fine, but that's not the direction we're traveling. As a stonemason who's had to
While doing this, you have to be, well, what are you really looking at here? An order of operations. Clean shop, you know, clean chipper first, not this for operation, because your job is a stacker. Band packs, clean shop, clean the chipper first, pull shims, clear off that stuff, clear handsaw or whatever. I don't know. I don't even know what that. Cut cans, cutting them out back. That means you're coming in from the
microscopic level
position. They give me a real close model, but this being gravity, a 10-foot rail, all that's this. You're going to see somebody make decisions, do things optically on math inside of there, given, you know, what's going on. This thing's just this side. They come out less probabilities. The one numbers are here. They're hammering out. Can'ts come. And then the long ones. This one might have to jump the table commonly. If this one's here with this setup, that's that. If this comes over here, guess what? Then the numbers have a lot of different dilations.
We just don't want to be in. Walk down the road. Anything can happen. Might go against your plan, it might go against your standard, and let's say somebody comes up to you, hey, you want to hang out with me, and obviously I had a goal that I was trying to do, and that creates a lot of stress inside of this
Well,
system.
you know things about the hydrogen wave function here. This will make a little bit more sense about popping up through the pens rows. The NP problem levels, quadrants and positions, relative, changing fields.
It's going to expand into a lot of things that now I'm in momentum of directions that I don't
Again, mathematically, this is the way you deal with
so let's go
E,
back to training.
delta, change in field, T, derivatives, erodes, AX, BX, abruptly long sequences, infinitesimally diminishing return for the monopolist, equilibrium, how balanced they are.
You can survive in those functions. It's
I'd like to see what you think that is. That'd be fantastic before we get into the...
Full Metal Jacket, the numbers are greatly reduced, and even though you still might be in a function like that, when you leave that guiding aspect, you know, it becomes a very difficult topic that pressure or net force isn't necessarily provided to you to give you the momentum you want to go in. Here it's just
quantum computers.
entropy that needs proper engineering, that
4
needs
point
proper
whatever EV
functioning,
shooting
and somebody to
photons
maintain
to
that proper
hit the
functioning.
polarizing
And
wave
generally, the
function here.
restaurant, people are getting food, things
Little
are
nodes,
working. But
diode, LED.
let's say you wanted to gain into
Well,
any
I'm just trying to
management,
determine whether
especially
you're 9
if you've
volts
been
or 12.
hardcore trained, whether it be military,